Hey, Taffer here, and welcome to Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. New game. I guess we'll go male, name, Taffer. What am I? I'm a bandit. Attributes. Okay, endurance. Hmm. Dexterity wouldn't be bad. Luck. We'll do 1 point. Hmm. Sure, 1 point there, and we'll go strength. Why not? Next, skills. Great. Axes and blunt. Lock picking. Crafting. Up that. Up that. Yeah, let's up that. Um, Haggling. Let's put it all in there. um, you've enjoyed a long life of good luck. This means you've never been able to learn any skill. Okay. Soul Survivor. Hmm. That seems to be the best. We'll go with that. Abilities. Out for blood. This attack may only be performed if you're at least one step away from your target, causing bleed damage. This attack deals your weapon's maximum damage. This attack ignores enemies or target's damage threshold. Attacks have a plus 15% chance to hit. This attack ignores target's damage threshold. That is nice. Um, Attacks deal 15% damage. This action will stop you from moving for one. You don't have enough points to learn. Hmm. I don't have enough points to learn. Okay, so let's unlearn this. Because I think we're axes and blunt. Shield splitter. 25% chance to destroy the target's shield. What do we got for bows? To cause a knockdown. Targets will take 5 steps away from you. Chance to make the target lame. Hmm. Need to learn one of the previous abilities. Okay. This attack may only perform if you 5 steps away from your target. This attack ignores the target's damage threshold. Oh, let's do that. Appearance. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Costume. We'll go with that one. Head. Hair. That's fine. We'll go black. Skin tone is fine. Skin details, none. Beard. Alright. That will be the best for now.
Yes.
What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
We'll go with that one. We'll go normal. Normal? Whatever.
You board the ship bound for Nova Draconia, captained by veteran sea dog Vergon III. Your destination is Swordhaven.
Neat.
Gulls shriek and squawk overhead as the salt wind caresses your brow. A new life, new adventures. Whatever awaits, you're ready to face it.
Find your cabin.
Don't be ridiculous. You're led below deck into a dark and cramped space where sailors take their rest in various hammocks, bunks, and cots. Brimming with rats and other annoyances, this will be your home until the end of a long, tedious journey.
Okay. Let's pick someone's
A
pocket.
glint of silver draws your attention to a fine ring upon a sailor's index finger. What a waste. It would look much better on you. You bump into that very same mariner as he's scourging the poop deck, discreetly snatch the ring and hide it in a secret stash between your berth and the cargo hold, leaving the sea dog none the wiser.
Explore the ship.
Is a large trade carrack, built for stability on heavy seas and big enough to carry a significant amount of cargo, along with provisions for extended voyages.
But that's not all, is it?
Below decks, you find an open crate full of chains and shackles, of a type made for human beings. It seems Captain Vergon is not only a simple merchant.
Ask him for the
He
chains.
claims the chains are sometimes used to transport animals. You don't quite believe this is the whole truth, but it wouldn't be smart to aggravate the captain.
I get to know passengers.
This is a merchant vessel. Also, Captain Vergon claims. So the passenger manifest is short. To be precise, there are 6, excluding yourself. Fiona, a young musician in search of adventure. Nostra, a fiery one-eyed warrior. Nicodemus, a renowned scholar. Jehemo, a quick-witted southern sellsword. Gintar, a pious knight of the Empire. And finally, Zenfor, a kindly old man who mostly keeps to himself.
Bard.
An adventurous bard from the faraway kingdom of Muir Orm, Fiona de Quinlan, is planning to strike it big in Nova Draconia's capital, Swordhaven. The idea had been stewing in her head for a long while, and recently she acquired the means to pay for the long voyage. You don't learn much about Nostra Urheim. She's reluctant to talk about herself, and enjoys hearing about other people's problems even less. The only thing you know for certain, maybe, is that she's from the southern prairies. Nicodemus Pinecone is a scholar from the land of Malvia. Since ancient times, the Malvian Peninsula has been the Empire's center of learning and home to the largest library in the land. It's no surprise, then, that Nicodemus is visiting Nova Draconia to conduct scientific research, or so he claims.
Okay.
Jimahor the Eel is a traveling sellsword from the faraway Kufadian archipelago. Gregarious and jovial, his speech is steeped in sentimentality and cynicism. It's hard to tell whether it's an affectation or his genuine nature.
Okay.
Gintara Kuldinga is a knight from a landless noble family. He is deeply religious and often expresses his reverence for the divines, particularly the Empire's chief deity, the dragon. Gintar spends much of his time in meditation, and he claims he's traveling to Nova Draconia solely for spiritual reasons. Xanfor claims to be a low-ranking Imperial official, though he's well educated in subjects ranging from history to astronomy. When you've spent some time talking to the old man, he tells you you're full of untapped potential. Quite
Am
flattering.
Alright, something else.
The ship rocks gently upon a calm sea.
Go to
As
sleep.
the ship draws ever closer to your destination, you sometimes listen to the sailors' stories when they're off watch. They share all kinds of amusing anecdotes, from the commonplace to stories so outlandish they could only come from seafaring folk. Yet, whenever they speak of the weird comets above the Gulf of Swordhaven, or of warlocks practicing their craft in western Nova Draconia, Xanfor's face darkens. It seems he takes these topics very seriously. In the meantime, you...
I will help with the fishing.
Fishing on the open sea isn't as straightforward as it seems, but you learn a couple of useful tricks.
Alright, go to sleep.
A few days later, the vessel finally enters the stormy sea. True to its name, the dark waves slam relentlessly against the stern, causing the vessel to roll in a nauseating rhythm. The air is thick with the smell of salt and ozone as its heralds, the grim Malamuks, replace the cheerful seagulls to glide in eerie silence beneath the laden sky. Many stories are shared in the relative comfort of the lower decks in the few days following. During one such gathering, a cabin boy, pale as death's maiden aunt, rushes down the companionway screaming between sudden peals of thunder, "There's a storm upon us!"
Take a peek inside.
You are not alone. Several crewmen are rushing around on deck. The other passengers have also come up, some fearful, some amused by the capricious weather. Captain Bergen roars out, "You must be out of your blasted minds! Get back down that hatch before..." A flash of light and an ear-splitting boom cuts him short. The lightning bolt, the grandfather of all lightning bolts, strikes the main mast, leaving you blind and deaf.
Great. Zeus is after me.
You give your head a shake. As your vision returns, you see other passengers still covering their ears, while the crew races to furl a burning sail. A section of the mast lies on the deck, just a few feet away. There's someone beneath it. You stagger towards the poor soul and discover it's Xanfor, an elderly fellow you had spoken to during the voyage. As if bewitched, you fall to your knees beside the dying man. Xanfor fixes you with eyes watery from pain, and you lean closer to hear him over the storm. "Take this, my friend." A bloody cough erupts from him as he produces something from his jacket, a mysterious amulet on a silver chain.
Ooh.
"Take it to Agranat the Enlightened in Swordhaven. I beg you. The fate of the world is at stake." Can it be true? How can the fate of the whole world depend on a cheap bit of jewelry?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you. Xanfor's eyes roll back in his head, and his final breath escapes with a wheeze. You examine the amulet he gave you. It's a dark prism, within which a dim red light flickers. When you press your finger against one of its sides, the crimson glow seems to drift towards it, as if the object were alive and watching you.
Well, I'll pawn that off soon enough.
Still puzzled and disturbed by the urgency in the dying man's voice, You gingerly rise to your feet. The other passengers are all there, along with the captain, who surveys the destruction with an unreadable expression. Take heed now, me hearties. 'Tis here we must bid each other farewell. This old ship's in bad shape, and the place I must go don't allow no passengers. You and the others exchange troubled glances. Fear not. The shore's but a stone's throw away. We finally reached Nova Draconia. Well, except for that poor fellow over yonder. He spares a glance for Sanfor's corpse. The village is close by. Name of Clamreach. You can find shelter there after you land.
You were paid to take us all the way,
Captain
buddy.
Vernon shrugs off your objections, insisting that the ship won't make it to the capital in its current state, and the place where he's now headed is forbidden to outsiders. It seems you have little choice. Nova Draconia is reputed to be dangerous. You should arm yourself before stepping into the shore boat.
Alright, I'll take the
The
crossbow.
thunderstorm ended as abruptly as it began. The sky once more blue and blank as a new slate. And as the sun begins its rise in the east, for the first time you see land ahead. Nova Draconia. With a parting salute to the crew, you hop down into the boat where the rest of the passengers are already waiting, and take the oars in hand.
Land is close. After a rough landing, you and your fellow passengers meet at the dawn gathering wood, kindling a fire and preparing something to eat from the scant sea rations. Okay. As you're about to depart for the village, the stern voice of one of your companions stops you in your tracks. You're leaving? Okay. Yeah? We could travel to the village together by lug. Okay, she wants to come with me. What brought you here? That's my business, not yours. What do you know of this thing? I heard many tales about cursed talismans. This may well be one of them. Why do you want to travel with me? I have a feeling you and I move in the same circles, if you catch my drift. You're part of the Night Army? No, but I've been dealing with your kind before. So? Yeah, sure, let's go. I could use a meat shield. Where's the village the captain mentioned? Clamreach? We need to follow the road through the forest, cross the river, and then head east at the first turn. Got it. Let's go already. Wait, one more thing. That chest you were sitting on, is it yours? Nope. It's gotta belong to someone here. I guess it's able to put it in your boat by accident. You know what? I think we ought to take a look inside. Got a lockpicking kit. Alright, let's go. Agreed, let's not waste any time. Okay. Tutorial, yeah, okay. Boom. Can I loot everything? Locked. I want lockpicking. Unlocked. Chest. Empty bottle. Okay. Bandage. Torch. Alright. That is inventory. Oh, we have separate inventories. Okay. Clam? Nothing. I can highlight stuff with, ooh, up here. Nice. Nothing. All right, where are we going? Oh. Awesome. Ooh. Supposed to be going across the river, but whatever.
Go on then. I'll do it.
Nothing. I guess not. Ooh. You a Komodo dragon? Yes, we'll find out. Okay, what do I got?
This one's mine.
Can't. No.
What?
Nuh-uh.
Really?
Can't.
Alright. Tail whip. Dodged. 1 damage.
No.
Double strike. Yay, we killed it.
Okay.
Hmm? Copper bolt. All right. Oops. Oops. Have anything else? Sun drop. Nothing that way. That everything? Ooh. Copper dart.
Can you see what's out there?
Okay. Well, I'm going to end this episode here, so thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.